With all the speculation of a potentially huge takeover of Rangers dominating the headlines of Scottish football, it has caused some of the attention to drift away from what has been going on with the players on the pitch. In today's video, we have some huge Rangers news as a massive twist has emerged. We will dive into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers are in talks with American investors over a potential takeover. San Francisco 49ers chief Parag Maratha, who runs Leeds United through 49ers Enterprises, is involved in high-level talks with Ibrox power brokers. It's understood no deal has been signed, with discussions over a multi-million-pound takeover bid still ongoing. A Rangers spokesperson said, "It is not our policy to comment on speculation. If there were any such discussions, these would remain confidential." However, it's understood that some shareholders are willing to sell their stakes in the club should the takeover progress in a satisfactory manner. The 49ers investors are likely to command space on the Ibrox board as a result of significant investment in the club, meaning there could be major changes in the leadership at the club. Currently, Dave King is the largest shareholder in the club, with almost 13% ownership of Rangers through his new Oasis asset vehicle. Douglas Park of Parks Motor Group is next with an 11.54% stake in Rangers, followed by George Taylor on 10.22%. Stuart Gibson holds a 9.53% stake of the club, with John Bennett on 7.11%. Burita Investments own 6.69%, and Perron Investment 6%. Club 1872 hold a 5% share in the Ibrox club. While it is unclear which shareholders could sell, King previously stated there was investor fatigue at Ibrox. He said previously, "I wouldn't be looking to invest more money in the club. I don't think that's the way forward for the club. I think, and I can't talk for the other guys, there's investor fatigue within the existing board members. So I think the way forward is in fact for us to attract additional investment." Now, in some huge Rangers news, Janis Haji has reportedly rejected a new contract offer from Rangers. Romanian outlet Pro Sport claims the midfielder 26 has turned down the offer of fresh terms to remain at Ibrox beyond the summer. Philippe Clement admitted last month that Haji's current contract expires at the end of the season. Haji is free to discuss a pre-contract exit from Rangers. Reports have now suggested initial contract negotiations have not yielded any positive results. It's claimed Haji's desired weekly wage is too high for Rangers, with reports from his homeland indicating the player has now shortage of offers elsewhere. The Romanian internationalist returned to action for Rangers this season after being frozen out due to a contract standoff. A wage clause had complicated a return after Haji spent last season on loan at Alaves in La Liga. He will be at the end of his contract at the end of the season, so there will be negotiations around that, if it's possible or not, Clement said on the topic of an extension last month. "I don't have a clue what numbers Janis has in mind, or the club, so that's for discussions between them. Of course, I'm happy with what he's been performing. I knew him already from before. There was the situation before the season that was out of my hands." Galatasaray boss Okan Buruk revealed earlier this month that they tried to sign Haji previously. Buruk said, "During a previous transfer window, we were interested in him. He is a very good player. Unfortunately, he was injured in the past, but now he is okay. I know he's playing well at Rangers now," he added. "He is a good footballer with potential. I repeat, we were interested in him during a transfer period, but he plays for another team just now. Who knows, maybe one day he'll play for Galatasaray." What do you make of this? Haji has come in this season and certainly has been one of our most important players despite being out of favour at the start of the season. It certainly is a topic that will divide the fan base. On the one hand, you can keep Haji at the club on an inflated contract, which seems to be going against the club's current strategy in keeping costs down. However, on the other hand, you don't give Haji what he wants, you let him leave the club, then you're one key player down with no money to replace him, similar to the situation we went through last summer when multiple key players departed on a free. But let me know what you think down below. Before we get into the next story, if you haven't already, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, let's get back into the video. Now, in other news, Rangers legend Barry Ferguson has given his opinion on the potential takeover of Rangers. Speaking on Go Radio, treble-winning former captain Barry Ferguson reacted with great interest to the news that American investment could be on the way. He said, "It will be interesting to see if anything comes from it. That is one thing about the new chairman and chief executive. They have to bring external investment into the club. It has been clear that has been needed. Over the coming months, hopefully that is the case. You want what is best for the club. And if somebody is coming in and willing to pay what the shares are valued at or what they are worth, then I would imagine the shareholders would do a deal. It is not just a case of coming in and buying the shares. These new shareholders, if that is going to be what is happening, are going to invest more money into the club. That is certainly what is needed. Look, I wouldn't get too excited about it just now, but it is good to see that things are happening in the background. It is clear as day that there has to be fresh investment coming in. I think that is one of the biggest jobs of the new chairman and chief executive, to make sure that is the case going forward. What do you make of the former skipper's comments? Let me know down below. In other news, Rangers chief executive officer Patrick Stewart has addressed why Philippe Clement remains in charge at Ibrox, despite mounting pressure following a shocking defeat to Queen's Park in the Scottish Cup. In an interview with Rangers TV, Stewart reaffirmed that the club's underperformance isn't solely down to the manager. We've been underperforming for several seasons now, and simply changing the manager hasn't made a difference, he explained. It's like trying to fix a broken house by starting with the ceiling instead of addressing the foundation. I'm focusing on the root causes before we can make any lasting improvements. Stewart also pointed to Rangers' All Europa League campaign as a key reason for keeping Clement in his role. Philippe and the team deserve credit for navigating a tough Europa League draw, finishing in the top 8 against strong competition. I don't want to make decisions that would jeopardize further progress in the tournament, he said. Lastly, Stewart emphasized his commitment to long-term success over short-term popularity. I'm not here to make quick popular decisions. I'm focused on avoiding past mistakes and ensuring we make the right choices for the long-term benefit of the club, even after a disastrous result like the one against Queen's Park. In other news, Kemar Roofe has finally signed for a new club after his exit from Rangers. The former Ibrox striker has joined English Championship Derby County on a short-term deal. Roofe, 32, will be at the club until the end of the season. The Jamaican internationalist had been without a club for 9 months after he was released by Rangers at the end of last season. A Derby County statement read, "Derby County have completed the signing of experienced striker Kemar Roofe. The 32-year-old arrives at Pride Park Stadium on a deal until the end of the 2024/25 season. Roofe, a free agent following the conclusion of his 4-year spell at Scottish Premiership side Rangers last year, adds further depth to John Eustace's attacking options for the remainder of the campaign. He has scored over 100 goals throughout his club career, including 29 in the Sky Bet Championship, and 38 whilst playing for Rangers in league and cup competitions. Finally, Rangers head of performance Tom Taylor has departed the club after 14 months. Taylor joined the Ibrox side in December 2023 after leaving his role as an athletic development and reconditioning coach at Brighton and Hove Albion. He has now moved back down south to take up a role as lead physical performance coach at English Premier League outfit Chelsea. Taylor will work both at Stamford Bridge and the club's Cobham training base. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.